You ever notice how some days start out so perfect, you get this weird feeling the universe is about to flip the script on you just for fun? That was me, humming like an idiot, admiring my Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Guards red, heartbeat bright, every line waxed and gleaming. Thinking, maybe I'd finally caught a break. I'd worked my tail off for that car, wrote code till my fingers were numb, built something from scratch, and yeah, that machine was my trophy. Not for showing off, just proof to myself, you know? Saturday morning, grass smelled sweet, sky was storybook blue, and I felt light, almost proud, like, man, I earned this. Let me back up a sec, because you have to get how quick things can turn. 90 seconds. That's all I was gone, ducking inside for a bottle of water. Came back out, expecting peace, and instead there's this woman. Never learned her name, but you know the type. Purple tracksuit, looking at my car like it just insulted her mother. In her hands, a 5-gallon bucket of white paint, and I swear, time slowed as she tipped it right over my hood. Thick, gloopy, pooling across that perfect red, dripping down the vents, burying the crest, my chest. Locked up. For a second, I couldn't even speak. You ever feel so blindsided your brain just shorts out? That was me. Finally, I croaked something. What are you doing? And she just looked at me, smug, and said, I'm improving it. You should thank me. A car like this doesn't belong here. She said it loud, like she wanted the neighbors to hear. That's when I caught the real bite in her voice, like, how could a guy like me have a car like that unless I was up to no good? Yeah, that happened. The paint was one thing, but her assumption, her little smirk, burned in a way I can't out. Instead, I stayed calm, shaky but calm. I stepped forward and she instantly shrieked, "Don't come near me. You people are always so violent." Then, she whipped out her phone and dialed 911. Voice climbing to this ridiculous, tearful wail. He's threatening me. He's a drug dealer. Oh God, he might have a gun. Right there, in front of the ruined love of my life, she was flipping reality. Performance, shrieking for the camera, spinning this fantasy about how I'd attacked her. I felt myself split. Half furious, half terrified, all adrenaline. Sirens hit the air a minute later. 2 squad cars, lights blazing, boxed me in before I could even breathe. Cops jumped out, hands on holsters, shouting orders. Show me your hands. Drop the phone. I did exactly what I was told, because that's the only move when the deck is stacked. I remember standing there, cuffed in my own driveway, neighbors peeking out behind curtains, knowing none of them had ever said 2 words to me, but would all have an opinion now. Meanwhile, Ms. Purple Tracksuit was sobbing, telling the cops I'd threatened her, tried to kill her, that I was some kind of menace. The older cop, tough face, all stone, was already sure he had me pegged. The younger one, though, he kept glancing at my Porsche, the paint, the evidence. You could see the wheels turning. It took everything I had not to shout. I just said, "Officer, please, look at the car, the paint, her tracksuit, my phone has it all. My cameras recorded everything." The old cop barely looked up. "We'll get to that, sir. Hands on your head." So I did, swallowed every bit of pride and rage and humiliation, took the long walk to his cruiser like a criminal. In that moment, nothing about who I was mattered, just the color of my skin and a crying white woman. I'll never forget that feeling. But here's where things twisted, because the young cop, he started checking the facts. He knelt by the car, looked at the paint, her shoes, piecing it together. Finally, he asked to see the video on my phone. I gave him the code, hands still shaking. They watched it together, her pouring the paint, her sneer, her call to 911, every ugly lie. The silence after was thick. Then the young cop turned, voice steady. "Ma'am, this video directly contradicts your story, and it seems you just admitted to vandalizing his car." She tried to bluster, claim I'd faked the video, tried to guilt the officers. But the mask was slipping. The old cop, finally, couldn't ignore the facts. He sighed, world-weary, and told her, "Ma'am, you're under arrest for felony vandalism and filing a false police report." The sound of those cuffs clicking on her wrists, I can't lie, it was electric. She shrieked, sputtered, "You can't be serious," but it didn't matter. For the first time, someone like her was actually facing consequences. They let me out of the cuffs, the old cop mumbling about procedure. But I didn't care. I just watched as they put her in the car, I thought, that's it, finally, justice. Except it wasn't. Not by a mile. Days later, after insurance told me the damage was over, $50,000, I got a call from a lawyer. Sleek voice, dripping confidence. He represented the Karen, said she'd been released, and all charges were under review. He told me, not asked, told me to drop the charges or face a civil suit. Threats about my business, my life, everything. It wasn't an offer. It was extortion, pure and simple. He promised, we'll bury you in legal fees. Make your life hell. I hung up, heart pounding, knowing it was about more than a car now. I needed a fighter, not a traffic lawyer, so I found one. Miss Jennings. Tough as nails, sharp as a scalpel, and she hated her transformation from smug vandal to shrieking victim. The DA's office was flooded with calls. The case was reopened, and then Ms. Jennings did what she does best, dug deeper. Turns out, the union boss had leaned on the DA, and the cover-up was bigger than anyone guessed. The civil suit morphed into a battle against the whole power structure. I started getting harassed, phony tickets, stops, complaints. Ms. Jennings documented it all. Then, one night, I got a call. The young cop, the one who saw the truth, said he couldn't stay silent. He became a whistleblower, provided proof of the cover-up, text messages, even a recorded meeting where he was pressured to lie. That blew the whole rotten thing open. Now it wasn't just about my car. It was about corruption at the top. From there, the dominoes fell. National news picked it up. The police union boss got suspended. The older cop lost his job. The city caved. Settlement talks weren't even talks. They were surrender. The Karen's name was toast, her power broken, her lies exposed for the world. Eventually, the criminal case stuck. The DA, desperate to save face, refiled charges. She pled guilty, perjury, felony vandalism, false report. Got actual jail time, probation, restitution. The judge's speech was fire, called her out for weaponizing privilege and trying to destroy a man's life with lies. It's been a year now. My Porsche is back, flawless, shining like a beacon. But I see more than a car when I look at it. I see everything I fought for. My wife and I are more cautious, sure. But for the city. Some days, when the sun hits my driveway just right and the car sparkles, I remember that perfect Saturday, and I know I'm still standing. Justice, as slow and crooked as it can.